Hello everyone, my name is Michael SK and welcome back to Tori. Man oh man, are things starting to go down and, finally, it's been a little bit, but yeah, Sayo decided to just go to sleep. And there's also been some hints of things, eventually going to go awry, not all that well, as we are, I think now technically halfway through the story. I'm pretty sure we're more than halfway, if just barely. We are just barely halfway through Sayo's route, somewhere around there, so things are bound to start picking up. The two of them are together now, in that very awkward sense, and things, of course, need to get a little crazy. We can't be in a peaceful state forever. That evening, I'm slumped against the wall outside of Sayo's room, trying to keep myself calm. The only way I can do that is by keeping my mind blank. Jesus. The door opens and Mary steps out. How is she? I ask, trying to stop my voice from cracking. Thank you. I could have done it myself, but I thought it was more appropriate to ask another girl, Mary, for help. With all the commotion around Sayo collapsing, we postponed practice for now. I managed to eat dinner, though I couldn't taste it, and Sayo is still asleep. Everything is peaceful. Sayo doesn't appear to be suffering, she just won't wake up. Mary cocks her head. That's what we call a coma. No, of course not, No one here is going to suffer from a regular illness, as we even saw in Mary's route. I don't think so. She said that she's been feeling really sluggish lately. I've never heard of an illness that can make someone just collapse like that, and she was perfectly healthy moments before it happened. What the fuck are you talking about? People can just collapse like anything, because anything can happen. It's not necessarily an illness, but you can be dehydrated, you might not realize it until the very last moment, or you may have some underlying health conditions and just something happens, an organ will fail. It won't answer, excuse me. I take out my phone and wave it around. Usually the devil will show up without being invited, but today there is no sign of it. It's enough to make me want to go over there and murder it, but I might have a use for it yet. Though in the first place, I'm dealing with a devil there. I told myself not to trust it, not to let my guard down around it. Which means really, I'm the one to blame. But I have to stop myself from thinking that, or I'll get stuck in an endless rut. I must not allow myself to get irritated, but even with my miracle powers, my heartfelt wish for Sayo to wake up, nothing is happening. The person I actually want to kill the most might just be myself. He really is an emotional character, emo if you will. What is it? I remain calm on the surface at least. Inside, however, I honestly don't know what's going on. At least it doesn't appear to be showing. Yeah, probably. I agree. Sayo was a gift. That's what the devil said right before she appeared. A way to balance the scales against Mary. In which case, its plan worked perfectly. The devil's plan was to eliminate Mary by making me have to choose between her and Sayo. And if I had to choose one or the other right now... Okay, well, so much for our inner monologue. She says this so calmly it takes me a moment to understand. It's like I just put my thoughts into words. It's like this story... There was never a time in this route that we actually had to, choose with our feelings and everything here. No, it was very apparent. It was pretty much apparent ever since we made the decision to initiate this route. There was no, tear or anything that he was experiencing. Excuse me, he was not torn. So, yeah, I don't know. There's no needing to pick. I mean, the choice has already been chosen long ago. Only they came out of Mary's mouth. Mary, I can't. I stare at Mary, shaken, while she stares back at me with a smile. I miss this side of Mary. Where, she's not ridiculously suicidal and whatever else. She smiles gently.
私は100年も生きて死のうとしていたのをリツくんに救われたんだから、私の命はリツくんが使っていいよ。うん。言いたいことは、それじゃあ私はおやすみなさい。
With that, Mary goes to her room. I didn't manage to get a single word in. I stand there for a while motionless after she leaves. Then I sigh and open Sayo's door. I want to wake her up, but I don't want to wake her up, so I just peer in and observe. Interesting, sentence. I can hear her breathing peacefully. She's still asleep. As much as I want to see her face, I decide it's not a good idea and close the door again. I've now come outside to cool my head. It's numbingly cold. My breath expels as a white cloud. I feel like I've said that exact line before. Back then, I was all alone, as free as I can be. I wasn't scared of losing anything, not even myself. But now the thought of losing anything makes me afraid. Two conflicting feelings are running through me: gratitude and hatred. I'm standing stock still outside. I look around in search of a sign, but find nothing. Usually in moments like this, I would go for a walk, but with Sayo still asleep, I don't want to be far away from the residence. Yeah, that's fair. I look up at the rooms on the second floor, then kick at the ground. It's frustrating knowing that you can't do anything about something that you feel so involved in, whether it's a person or something, I shoot up to the second floor, no run up needed, and then kick off the wall and launch into the sky. What the fuck? Turning around so I can face the innumerable trees spread below me. I pick out 3 of them. I kick the first, leaping to the second, and then the third. Then a few seconds later, I land back when I first leapt. I was just clearing my head. Landing here was a coincidence. That's how it seems. Though it's strange that it seems that way. Oh, hello. God damn, my dogs. She is awake. Whoa. I stagger back, surprised by the voice. Sayo was right next to me, and I didn't even notice. Sayo.
そっちが驚くようなことをしてたのに、ただ立ってるだけの私にそんなに驚かないでよ。
Yeah, we were just doing some Spider-Man shit. When did you wake up? Are you okay? I start reaching out for her shoulders, but stop part way. Am I okay to touch her? I need to do something about my dogs, Jesus. Alright. Peace and quiet for now. Staring at my hand, Sayo smiles in her usual fearless way.
深くね。
She says and then scrunches up her mouth. Stifling a yawn, I think.
起きたのはリツが扉を閉めた時。ここ最近ずっとだるかったけど、まさか倒れるとは思っていなかった。
Do you think we should have a doctor look at you?
いらない、元気だから。
No, you're not. You're really not. You're fine?
体調が悪いんじゃないの。だるいだけで。
Sayo seems perplexed herself. I'm sure she understands. That meeting me, getting close to me, has caused something to change.
それにしても、さっきのリツのあれは何？
Oh, clearing my head? I know I physically did all that jumping around, but it feels like I was dreaming.
まるっきり映画のアメコミヒーローみたいな動きだったけど、日常生活じゃ完全に無駄スペックね。
It's always the American movies. I agree, I say with a nod. What I just did, though, doesn't matter in the slightest. More importantly, are you sure you're okay?
繰り返し聞かれても、なんで自分が倒れたかわからないし、別に体調が悪いわけじゃないから。
Her perplexion is now painted across her face.
お兄ちゃんを心配させちゃったの、
Come on, you can say it.
ごめん。
Well, that's not really what I was expecting. If sorry is really that hard to say, then it's fine. She might be doing this on purpose to lift the mood, but I wouldn't be surprised if that was genuine either.
あ、なんか謝るの。
It doesn't really fit her personality, does it? Apologies and shit. I said it's fine.
うん。 ちゃんと謝れる子になる。お兄ちゃんの彼女でもあるんだから。
Sayo nods to herself. The others were really worried about you as well, you know.
分かった。そっちも謝るように努力はする。
She says bashfully. It's adorable, but that's not the point right now. I still haven't decided what to do with my hands, so they're just lingering in the air. I want to touch her. I want to kiss her. Yeah, of course.
触っても平気よ。私は壊れ物じゃないんだから。
He's a man of honesty, and we have to appreciate that. My indecision must have been painfully obvious. But the moment she gives me permission, I pull her into a hug. She's so warm.
あったかい。
Her hands wrap around my back. I remain silent, nestling my head in close to hers, her sweet scent reaching my nose.
私、意識がないとき、苦しそうにしていた。
I don't think so. Sayo mutters into my chest. No, you were sleeping peacefully.
そう。それなら少しは良かった。
No, it doesn't. But I don't want to dwell negatively on things that don't matter. But things do matter here. What are you talking about? I don't want to just stand around like a fool. I need to do something about this. But right now, all I want to do is feel her warmth.
お兄ちゃん、ちょっと力が強くて痛い？
Sorry, but usually I'd relax my grip, but I never want to let her go again, excuse me. I know that sounds ridiculous, but it's the truth. Sayo smiles in response to me and pats me on the back.
いいよ。もっと痛くして、お兄ちゃん。
Interesting sentence. Her gentle words finally make it hit home that she is in fact awake. I feel a bit calmer now. So I part from Sayo, but not so far that she would be out of reach. There is one thing I want to know though, Sayo. Did the devil do anything to you before you came here?
わからない。されていたとしても気づかないことだと思う。
Right, I still haven't decided whether or not to kill that monster, but if it's done anything to you, I will cut it down where it stands.
そう。
Sayo cocks her head, a blank expression on her face.
ねえ、あの悪魔を殺すって、それ本気で言ってる？
Of course, if it has done anything to you, then it will get what it deserves, a slow, painful death by my hands. I don't see how she could have assumed that I was joking, so now I'm wearing an equally blank expression.
そうじゃない。確かに私は変かもしれないけど、リツ、あなたもおかしくなってる。
Yeah, he's got that Hulk angry emotion thing going on here. With me? What?
今はいい。気が立ってるだけかもだし。
Sayo takes a few steps back.
まだ少し眠いから。夜だし、普通に寝る。
Okay, just don't push yourself too hard.
ごめんね、リツ。
Sayo abruptly apologizes. For collapsing? Don't apologize. We were all worried, but that's only natural.
そうじゃなくて、恋人になったのに、セックスできなくて。
Okay, well, she's back to her normal self, at least in that regard. Oh, well...
明日、しましょう。
Huh? Tomorrow? The sudden about-changing conversation has thrown me for a loop. It might not be that appropriate given the situation, but boy do I want to. I really do, but... Are you sure you're okay?
私だってお兄ちゃんと付き合うことになって、めちゃくちゃにされたいって考えてたし、相性が良すぎるんだもん。
Sayo smiles wryly as she intentionally makes things cheesy. Tomorrow, huh? There's certainly nothing wrong with going with the flow, but getting advance notice has come with an unexpected emotion. The sheer joy that comes the day before an eagerly anticipated day of festivities. I'll see you back to your room.
大丈夫。リツは夜を楽しんで。
Okay then. I respect Sayo's desire to worry me as little as possible. Sayo. I call her name one last time before she leaves.
何？リツ。
If you're ever suffering, or just having a hard time, then come and talk to me. I don't want you to lie to me.
わかってる。お兄ちゃん、私はとっても正直者でしょ？
To a degree, yeah, actually, you are really fucking honest. I shrug my shoulders. Honest to a fault at times, I would say.
調子が戻ってきたじゃない。
Sayo grins and places a hand on my chest. Warm, genuine love flows into me.
私は世界で一番幸せな妹だもの。
She smiles again and then heads back inside. Seeing her awake and healthy has calmed me down. I'm finally able to think like myself again. Oh, I need to tell Mary and the others that Sayo's awake. They've been worried, so I'll tell Mary directly and text the others. I take out my phone. Oh, I have a feeling. I have a feeling of what could have gone on here. Oh, you know, I'm gonna keep it to myself for now. Then I stare at it. What is the devil after? Honestly, I thought it had been planning to bring Sayo and I together so it could get at our kids or something. What? But now I think it must be after something closer at hand. Yeah, that's really far into the future, which means I might really be forced to choose between Sayo and Mary. Will I choose when the time comes? Should I choose? The balance between hesitation and determination is a hard one to strike. Sometimes things can work themselves out while you hesitate, but the world is far too cruel for that to be commonplace. Perhaps then I should gather my resolve in advance. I must have the determination to crush that decision underfoot. I think to myself devilishly. So I think the choose is more or less of a romance thing and more of like, you know, being in his life, you know, whether it's a friend, associate, whatever, or acquaintance, I guess. I think it's becoming more of a situation where somebody's going to have to leave. They're going to get voted off the island. The next day after breakfast,
さよちゃん、本当に大丈夫？
Mary asks, concerned as she peers into Sayo's face.
大丈夫よ。心配はどうも。
This has happened multiple times already, so she waves her hand to brush it off while replying. She's planning on going to class today. And I'd have preferred to have a day to observe her, but she really doesn't seem to be hiding any illness, so I decide to respect her wishes. The sex will have to wait until after class, I guess.
その、
You know, again, the honesty you gotta respect.
だから心配かけたみたいだし、ゴンザレスよ。
God damn it. That's not even close to sorry whatsoever.
は？
That's even worse than the, well, whatever she said yesterday was.
ああ、ごめんなさいって言いたいんだ。どういたしまして。
Mary accepts the apology with a smile. Sayo turns away, finding it too embarrassing.
さよちゃん、前から普通にさらっと謝ったりしてたと思うんだけどね。
This only happens when she truly means it and is trying to say it from the heart.
うるさいわね。自分が悪かろうが謝ったら負けみたいな感じで生きてきたから仕方ないのよ。
I think it's great that you're trying to change that.
メアリーお姉さんも嬉しいです。
Our joint smiles cause Sayo to blush again. As much as I like it when she's nice and calm, my little sister really is the cutest when she's being cheeky.
ほら、とっとと学園に行くわよ。
Sayo walks off. I quickly give chase, worried that she might collapse again at any moment. I mean, it was pretty random when she did, so yeah, the worried feeling that he has, it makes complete sense. We make it into the corridor, wait for Mary to grab her coat and scarf, and then head outside.
おはようございます。
What up, Karu? Sayo jumps back as she opens the front door.
あかりちゃん、何してんの？
Remember when I didn't know her name? Like, I kept on fucking forgetting her name? Now I'm getting her name mixed up with Yukari's name in Persona 3, because I was streaming it the other day, or recording it, or both, and I was calling her Akari. I'm like, wait, that's not right. That's somebody else.
メアリー先輩も
I'm glad things have changed.
おはようございます。その、さよ先輩の様子が気になって、つい。
How long have you been here? She tilts her head to the side.
30分だけです。
What the fuck?
30分も
Yeah, that's way too goddamn long. Sayo takes Akari's hand.
こんなに寒くなっちゃって。失礼で口の悪い私のことなんてもっと雑に扱えばいいのに。
Hey, at least she's self-aware. Sayo says, stroking Akari's hand. The action must be out of pure concern, as she doesn't appear to be using her powers.
くなってきた。というか妙に暑いわね。あかりこそ風邪でもひいてるんじゃないの？
I just don't think she was expecting that.
いえ、
Yeah,
大丈夫
really.
です。
Whatsoever.
大丈夫じゃないけど大丈夫です。
変な子ね。
Sayo giggles. Akari's face has gotten excessively red.
ああいう笑い方ができるようになったのがさよちゃんの新しい武器だね。
Mary says to me. It's a powerful one at that.
経験者が語る。
Mary grins.
さよちゃんのああいうところ女の子殺しでもあるんだよな。
Which would make you the man killer with how cute you are.
どういう意味？
I mean, I still kind of stand by it. Mary doesn't even know it herself. I may love Sayo, but that doesn't stop me from recognizing how cute Mary is, even though she is 100 years old.
さて、そっちの二人も行くわよ。
Sayo beckons us onward. It's almost as if she can't bear to wait any longer, as she starts walking off while still holding Akari's hand.
さよちゃん本当に大丈夫そうだね。
A bit too fine, actually, in a sense where her personality is a little wrong. Like, she's still Sayo, sure, but I don't know. She's way too positive here, for now at least. Mary and I follow on behind, feeling protective. I mean, the bad feelings, they're still here, guys. 100%. I don't know how things are going to go down, but I feel like they are going down. It feels like ages since I had a normal day of classes. After spending my entire life in the grounds of this academy, I never thought I would come to appreciate how peaceful and uneventful it could be. Risa was clearly concerned about Sayo during homeroom, but she acted professionally and simply observed her. First period is about to start, but I'm still concerned about Sayo, so I go and check up on her. I'm sure she's okay.
授業とかめんどくさい。
Yep, that's normal Sayo. I come and see you, and that's the first thing you say. At least she seems healthy.
別にリツがどうこうじゃなくて、教室でそう思うのは仕方ないでしょ？
It does? I enjoy lessons.
風邪だって嘘ついて、リツと家のベッドでイチャイチャしてればよかった。
Hey, we're in public here. I speak in a hushed tone. I can brush it off as her teasing me as long as we're just around acquaintances, but I can't have her acting like this in the classroom.
それが今の正直な気持ちだもの。
Oh, I'm lost for words. I hadn't expected her to keep going. At this point, she frowns.
ああ、困らせるつもりはないから。
I know. I don't blame Sayo in the slightest. I know how irritating it is to not be able to say how you feel in public. For me, it's whatsoever. It's fine. I move to place my hand on the desk, and as I'm doing so, brush against Sayo's hand. Our fingers touch for a moment. Now our feelings can reach each other. Sayo goes to link our fingers, but I use my powers to tell her to hold off for now.
じらすのね。
Her eyes narrow as she smiles, but something feels off to me. Her power was so weak that I almost didn't... No, I actually didn't feel it at all. Sayo, were you trying to make me feel nothing?
私の愛を感じるでしょ？
She says jokingly, causing me to tilt my head. Now she looks at me blankly. So what I meant earlier where I was thinking of where things could be going here is it could be also a possibility that she's not necessarily weak and losing her powers as we're seeing here or whatever, but it's the opposite. It's Ritsu who's gained so much that he's like on a whole nother plane. So he can't actually, sync with Sayo like he used to. He's gone too far. And maybe that's what caused her to collapse, just a power difference. Now she looks at me blankly.
リツ、何も感じないの？
She places her hand on mine. It's no different to earlier. Maybe it's because my powers are stronger now? See, that's what I was thinking.
まさか。
Sayo pulls her hand back. With a serious expression blended with concern, she looks around. She spots Mary talking to other classmates and rushes over.
メアリー、
何？
Sayo immediately grabs hold of her arm.
何？どうしたの急に？
メアリー、笑えてこない？
にゃ、 びっくりし
Nope.
ただけ。
Nope. Oh shit. I had it wrong. It is on Sayo's side. Mary's reaction makes Sayo go deathly pale and drop her gaze to the ground.
さよちゃん、どうし...
Then Mary realizes it too. Sayo looks up at me. Her lips form a smile, but from her overall expression, it looks like she's on the verge of tears.
リツ、力が消えたわ。
I guess that kind of explains why things went down the way they were this morning with Akari as well. She wasn't getting anything off of Sayo.
本当に何も感じませんね。
そう。まあ、もういいわ。
It's now lunch break, and Sayo has tried using her powers on Akari to no avail.
リツ先輩の力はそのままなんですよね。
If anything, they've gotten stronger. Maybe we absorbed her shit? Could that have been possible? I touch Akari to test them out.
エロい。
卑猥だわ。
God damn it.
違う。
Don't make that face, please. Akari trembles, panting in pleasure as her cheeks go red. She looks up at me through teary eyes.
もう先輩
Jesus Christ.
です。
A shudder runs up my spine. How I wish I could see the No. God damn it, you guys gotta play this fucking game. This shit's fucking wild.
お兄ちゃん、いつまであかりに触ってるの？
Well, as you can see, that's how my powers are now. I force a smile and remove my hand as Sayo glares at me. God damn it. I don't even know what to say. I really don't. Just the beginning of this entire visual novel was absolutely bonkers. Again, you guys gotta play this shit. Akari also glares at me through reproachful eyes that are also filled with repressed longing. She's rubbing her thighs together. Yeah, things may have happened there.
まだエッチな視線であかりちゃんを見ているのは置いておいて。
私は捨ておけないけれど。
No, it's just, how's a man meant to control himself when a girl does that? I admit yeah, honestly, I admit in defeat.
素直す
Just take the L.
まあ、気持ちはわかるわ。女の私ですら、あかりにそんなに輝かれる。
There's just something about Akari. In a lot of ways.
ぎ。私のせいですか？
Tears cloud over Akari's eyes, which is plenty arousing in and of itself. So anyway, we left it all morning. Wait, we left it all morning and Sayo's powers still haven't returned?
わからないけど。
The fuck is... Huh?
一時的って感じじゃない。感覚的だけど、自分のことだからわかるの。
じゃあ、本当に力を失った？
そうね。
Sayo stares at her hands in distress.
参ったわ。東京の方でそこそこ恨みを買ってるのよね。
そういう心配ですか。
If anyone tries to do anything to you, I'll murder him.
冗談よ。
Mary gives me a strange look. What?
いや、なんでもない。
No, his aggression is like way high. She looks away. What was that about?
それより、さよちゃんが急に寝ちゃうのも、力がなくなったことと関係してるのかな？
どう考えたって無関係じゃないでしょう。
Sayo says surprisingly lightly with another wave of her hand.
鬱陶しい力でなくなればいいと何度も思ったけど、いざ本当にそうなると大事なものを一つなくした感じがする。
リツ先輩も。いえ。
What? The fuck? Akari mutters. She was about to ask if I wanted to get rid of my powers. I've talked about this with Akari before. However, it's clear that my powers are only getting stronger. So basically...
私の力をリツが吸収してたって
there we
の
go.
が、ここ最近のだるさとか眠りの原因だったんでしょうね。
No one's particularly surprised. We'd all hypothesized this could be the reason.
それなら、力がなくなったんだし、さよちゃんはもう大丈夫なのかな？
そう感じる。これも感覚的なことだから説明なんてできないけど。
I see. I feel a slight sense of relief. Sayo has no evidence to back up her claims, so I'm still anxious, but she knows herself best, so I'm going to believe in her. though at the same time I'm a priest. I consider every possibility, even those I don't believe in.
ああ、これで私も普通の人間か。
Sayo mutters.
力がなくなったってことは、さよちゃんに触り放題になったってことか。
I guess there's a bright side to everything.
どうしてそうなるのよ。
Mary starts making grabby hands and closing in on Sayo, who raises her arms to protect herself. Nothing out of the ordinary there. Akari stares at the two girls as they mess around. Don't tell me Akari's looking to get some payback on Sayo too. Just as I'm thinking that, Akari sneaks behind Sayo, reaches around in front of her, and grabs her tits. Sayo shrieks and squats to the floor. What the fuck is wrong with this character?
すごく新鮮。
Seriously.
あかりちゃんに先を越された。
あんたらね。
Sayo stands up angrily. Not that it has much effect when she's all shaky and red.
というか、さよ先輩、すごく気痩せするタイプですね。胸が大きいのに形もいいし。
そういうことを手をワキワキとさせながら言うのやめなさいよ。
おっぱい星人どもは爆発してしまい。
There, there. Honestly, Mary's totally fine too. I don't know what the whole anime logic is behind, breast size. I take hold of Mary's shoulders. It's been a long time since I used my powers like this for removing negative emotions such as anger.
さよ先輩、ごめんなさい。でも、倒れたのが病気とかじゃないと分かって嬉しい。
あなた、嬉しいと人のおっぱいを揉むの？
Who doesn't?
そう
Am
じ
I
ゃな
right,
いで
gamers?
すけど。
Akari raises a finger to her lips and smiles.
多分、私がこういうことをするようになったのは、さよ先輩やメアリー先輩たちとお話しするようになったからで、それが自分でも嬉しいことだから、もっとたくさん一緒にいたいんです。
恥ずかしいこと言わないでよ。
さよちゃんの方が普段からもっとすごいこと言ってるけどね。
私は攻撃担当で防御は弱いの。
And I just suck in general on both sides. She's not wrong. I breathe a small sigh as a peaceful smile forms on my face. Sayo was so thorny to begin with, insisting that she had no interest in anyone beside me. But now she's having fun with the girls. I mean, she's not exactly smiling, but I can tell that she's having fun getting all angry and worked up. It's kind of sad that she's not clinging to me anymore. The words leak from my mouth before I realize I'm saying them. In any case, what I'm seeing right now is very heartwarming. I've never really cared about myself, never had anything important, but now I want to protect these girls and their happiness, no matter what it takes. Just then, Sayo staggers over to me.
助けて、お兄ちゃん。
You can't be that tired already.
笑い事じゃない。
I smile as Sayo almost collapses into me. Her breath grows heated as my powers take effect. A sweet smell rises from her soft frame. I don't get full-on horny given the time and place, but it's adorable enough to make me forget that we're at the academy and embrace her.
リツ、
She whispers into my ear. Her voice is frail, chilling.
ここから
Oh
手
no.
を出して。
Huh? I know she said that we're gonna have sex today, but surely she doesn't mean right now, in the middle of the day. And then...
まずい。
Oh, okay, she's sleepy.
眠い。
So that's what I was thinking. I finally realize we need to go to the infirmary. Wait, if she doesn't wake up again, there will be an uproar.
どうしたんですか？もしかして、さよちゃんまた寝ちゃったの？
The other two girls inquire. I don't want to worry them. Don't mind us. Oh. No one at the academy is aware of Sayo or I. I imagine a veil covering the academy. What are we doing here? And in that moment, Mary and Akari's eyes lose focus. Oh
あ
shit.
れ、今、誰に何を言おうとしたんだっけ？私ですか？ そうじゃないよな。
Well, that's pretty fancy of you there, Ritsu. It must be like there's a void in space around us, now that no one is aware of our existence. I feel bad for doing this, but I need to look after Sayo right now. I need somewhere calm. That's also easy to imagine. My room should do. Jump. And there we go. Damn, no fancy transition, none of that. We're just here. We're in my room the exact moment after I have the thought. I put Sayo to bed and then shoot my eyes over to the fire to light it, like I just pressed a button to turn on a TV. It would probably be a good idea to change her clothes, though naturally I'm hesitant to do so. Yeah, just let her sleep. She sounds just as peaceful as before. I hold a hand in front of her mouth to check that she's breathing and then brush the hair out of her face. Now I've run out of things to do. I instinctively click my tongue as I take out my phone. The devil was never afraid to butt into my business, and yet I have heard nothing recently. I might just kill you even if this isn't your fault. I mutter while putting away my phone. I end up sitting on a chair and watching Sayo as she sleeps. I can't calm myself down. I could use my powers, but I think at this point it's better to leave it to what I could do naturally. Around 30 minutes passes. Afternoon classes must have started by now. I've only just remembered, not that I'm about to leave Sayo behind and go back. I gaze over to the fire. Whatever. I really couldn't care less. This place has been my entire life, but it's nothing to me in comparison to Sayo. In fact, I would go as far as to say that I would give myself, or even the entire world, if I had to for her. Now, that's some wild dedication right there. And very blind, you know, a lot of blindness there to be had as well. And so, I eat another tasteless dinner, and a little while later, the sound of Sayo's sleeping, breathing, her breath stops. She's awake. I look up to see Sayo hurriedly sit up in bed and then look around blankly.
ここリツの部屋か。
You are. Morning. I make sure my tone at least is calm.
ごめんなさい。また迷惑をかけた。
You did, but that's okay. We'll save it for the next episode, I guess. Oh boy. Oh man. There could be, you know, a billion things that we can say is wrong here, you know, with her specifically. But I don't even know where to begin. I really don't. So, yeah, I guess we'll see what happens in the next episode, because I've thrown out a lot of predictions. I feel how she, you know, isn't actually a sibling of Ritsu's. She could have been created by the devil, or, you know, set up by the devil in some sort of way. She may not have even ever existed. The memories that she had, you know, might actually be false, and then therefore also got set up by the devil. But, you know, there's all these things to consider. She may actually be a regular person, and maybe even just like an actual sibling of Ritsu's. Though I hope not. But yeah, there's a lot of ways that this can go down, and there's quite a few predictions that I've thrown around. Not sure what could really stick here, but the very apparent part here is that Ritsu is going into the deep end, very, very deep, to the ocean depths, if you will, and that might be the problem here, because of Sayo as the catalyst. Anyways, thank you all for watching. I hope you all enjoyed. Also, we are getting close to the end of this route, I feel, or at least we're in the final few chapters or whatever, so eventually I'm gonna have to cut out the final 2 hours of this route, whatever that is. I'm kind of taking a guess on this one, and also relying on my one of my Discord members who's graciously helped out, Silvercover, to try and figure out where that point is. So I may cut in a little bit to the point where I really, you know, shouldn't, but it's not going to be all that terrible. It really isn't. We'll be a little flexible with the 2 hours this time around, if I wasn't before. So just a heads up there. Again, I can't show the ending or the final 2 hours coming up to the end of the route. Do apologize, but that's just how the game is. Thank you all for watching this episode, though. I hope you all enjoyed. If you did, be sure to leave a like, subscribe, all that fancy jazz, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Take it easy.